Yep. Let me know what.
Daily life.
All right. Okay. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakam. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and honors to Ak, and I push this truth out in sincerity, week in and week out, throughout the earth. All right. So, you know, well, we in wartime. The brothers know, and whoever's listening, just started listening. We in a time of war. You know, we're not in like a joyous time. All right, we in war time, and the nations are gearing up for war. You know, like what you got, China and Russia working together. You got Iran is with Russia. You have Russia pretty much going to take Ukraine. You got China pretty much going to take Taiwan. And you had China and you had China disputing with America over Taiwan, right?
Slovakia.
So we in the time of war, all right? One more thing. And they said, I forgot if it was on one of them Fox Business or whatever, they said, with all this going on, Russia's economy is kind of doing well with all of the things that's going on with sanction-wise, that they pretty much handling it well. So you got it.
Come on. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Yeah, woe to the people that desire the day of the Lord. I mean, if you're not the elect, or you're not preaching this truth the right way, or you're not the Lord's people, well, destruction to you that desire the day of the Lord. And the day of the Lord is going to be darkness, destruction. And what's leading to that is going to be misery and sorrow. You got it? What are some of them? Famine, lack of bread, hyperinflation. All right.
It says, to what end is it for you?
To what end is it for you?
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah, it's not going to be any vision or hope for tomorrow. Also, there's going to be no knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All your so-called education is not going to work. And then also, the mushroom clouds are going to blot out the sun. The Lord's chariots are going to blot out the sun. Okay?
It says, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Not light, because the moon and the sun is representation of knowledge. So there's not going to be your wisdom, economists, politicians. No one's going to have the answers.
It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and the bear met him.
Yeah, so whether you escape one destruction, another destruction is waiting for you. You escape the chaos, the race riots. You escape the famine, the hyperinflation, because you have money. You got a bunker. You escape one destruction, another one is going to be headed towards you.
Or went into the house and laid his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
And a serpent bit you. All right? And also, China could be considered a serpent, a dragon. It's a dragon. Its symbol was a dragon during its imperialist times. Okay? And look, China is like a superpower right now. It just stepped up as being a superpower. And who they're gonna? China is gonna and China is and Iran and Russia is together.
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light?
The day of the Lord is going to be darkness and not light. Once again, there's not going to be any knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, any hopes for tomorrow. And also, the Lord's chariots are going to blot out the sun. And those missiles, which the Lord's Spirit is going to be on those missiles, are going to blot out the sun. The mushroom clouds are going to blot out the sun.
Mm-hmm. It says, even very dark and no brightness in it.
No, it's going to be darkness, no brightness. So these think tanks these enlightened ones, Satan, the spiritual demon Satan is gonna flee from them, man. All right, all their seers, their warlocks. There's not gonna be any answers.
Got something for you. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion."
Yep, and we blow the trumpet week in and week out. We do the shows and on the highways and byways. All right, we blowing the trumpet. We warning the people. The prophets of old prophesied against war, against kingdoms of war, evil and pestilence. Jeremiah 28:8. So we're blowing the trumpet. We're warning the people, starting with the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. The elect is warning the elect, and our 2/3 of our people who still warning and letting them know their judgment, and also these other nations, what part they're gonna play.
It says, "And sound an alarm in my holy mountain."
We sound alarm. We let you know, like, the Lord is gonna come unexpected, and He's coming in fierce anger, and there's no talking after that. So the doors of mercy is slowly closing.
It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh."
Let them tremble, like the prophets of letting you know this destruction that's going to take place. So people should be trembling and in fear.
For it is not at hand.
It's at hand. All right? The Third World War is at hand. And then if somebody had mentioned, on a Breakfast Club, Earn Your Leisure, that dude 19 Keys, one thing Earn Your Leisure had mentioned, in these other countries, the people are like more in tune with world news than than vain pleasure or listening to music. Now we ain't saying I'm just saying like the majority of them, they like looking to see what's going on with politics, war, and things of that nature. And see, that shows them the people here in Babylon, this place of confusion. It's not really, they're not showing the gravity and the severeness of what's going on right now. Bread and circuses, you got it.
A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There had not been ever the like, neither there shall be any more after.
That's right. This war that's going to take place is going to have the thermonuclear, the intercontinental ballistic missiles are set to turn this place is going to turn America into a desert, desolate. Now that's showing like the immense heat of those missiles to turn all the material here and the elements into sand. All right.
It says, "Neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations."
So this destruction is going to outdo all the destructions, like the flood. This destruction, all right, this second death is going to the Lord's going to outdo itself from what He did the first time.
Okay, just to add on through the spirit. Remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki? What happened in Japan? How they obliterated those Japanese. Some of those some people have their shadows engraved in the ground from the blast from those missiles. All right, I think you call them hydrogen bombs.
Mm-hmm.
But now the technology is far more greater. All right, running in your house, locking the door is not going to stop. It's not going to stop that blast, that destruction.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to save you. Going to your basement is not going to save you. Just to add on.
That's right. So see, like the other brother just mentioned, right? Huh?
I said the brother just mentioned. So.
Like the brother just mentioned, Slot. Like the brother just mentioned, this third world's war, man. It's going to be the Lord is going to plead with all flesh with that fire. All right, that's it. I'm gonna stop with that.
That's it. This is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise."
Yeah, that's like in the ancient world, with all the kingdoms fighting, like especially let's say Rome and the Greeks, it'd be close up battling with swords, with the shields, and and then the soldiers clashing into each other, like storming the field, opposite sides colliding with each other. All right, then it'll be close combat, where the sword might rip a person's intestines out, guts out, blood splattering everywhere, men getting their heads chopped off. You hear them screaming, and then as that time went on, you hear like you hear the cannon fire. But this talking about like with swords, but this battle is gonna be with what?
It says, "In garments rolled in blood."
Garments rolling blood. That close combat with the opposing sides might have, a person might have someone's guts on them. You know, someone's they might have hit them in the abdomen, caught them, and they intestines hanging out, or what you have. But this one is going to be.
It says, "But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire."
This is going to be with burning and fuel of fire. So this is going to be more fierce, because this fire is going to burn spirit. Why? Because the Lord's spirit is going to be on those missiles. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, come.
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
So it's going to be unexpected, the day of the Lord. He's going to come as a thief in the night. So before you make the physical presence, you know, you're going to have all the chaos that's leading up to physical presence. You know, race riots, class riots, worldwide famine, inflation, cannibalism, you know, more disasters like earthquakes and tornadoes and things of that nature, more sinkholes, infrastructure, things of that magnitude. And then more pessimists that like these diseases and outbreaks that wipe out large amounts of people. You know, they doing their new world order. You have where they're gonna have their that digital plantation where people get that mark, because that's the new form of slavery. You got it.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
But the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. It's going to be unexpected when he make his presence.
I'm about to say, it's going to be unexpected because although the men of the Lord, the prophets out there in the highways and byways, bringing out the word, all right, telling our people, the so-called Negroes, the Americans, to get right with the Lord, follow the Lord's statute commandments to the best of your ability, all right, telling you the so-called white man's the devil, telling you who your enemies are, telling you these other nations will care about you, telling you the true Israelites according to the Bible. Our people just ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna wake up. Just like when the Lord was on the scene 2,000 years ago, all right, Yahushua, a so-called dark-skinned man, when he was on the scene and he was performing all those miracles, you know, people will come for the miracles, they'll come for the food and whatnot, to be healed and whatnot. But as far as the truth, the main thing, all right, they just wouldn't get it, man. You know, up until his death, when they will say, yo, let his death be upon us and our children, you know. So they didn't get it then, man. And even now, when we're pushing this word out, they're not going to get it. So when the Lord comes back, they ain't going to understand what the hell's going on. You know, America's really going to be destroyed. Yeah, it's going to be a thief in the night. But to you niggas, man, to you 2/3, but not to the elect, not to the elect. Got it, brother.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heaven shall pass away with a great
A
noise.
thief doesn't let you know when he's gonna. You don't know when a thief is gonna rob you. All right. It done. By the time it's taking place, it's too late. But the heavens, the rulership, Esau's rulership here is gonna pass away with a great noise, thermonuclear destruction. The rulership here, this rule and this land here in America. All right. And this place, this beacon of this so-called beacon of light to the world is going to be put out. I have something after you brothers, Ecclesiastes 10:6. You want me to read it? All right.
It says, in which the elements with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the elements, the air, the people, all the land was made of elements. The cars, the buildings, everything within Babylon, the great airspace, land space, and around this water space gonna be evaporated.
The borders of Canada and Mexico.
It's gonna be a lake of fire, and when that fire burn out, and all the smoke clear after a while, this place is just gonna be a desert.
It shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works therein shall burn up.
Yeah, the earth also and the works that are in. All of these deeds are gonna be because of the deeds of this place is gonna be destroyed.
Yeah.
All the works that's gonna play is gonna cease. All evil works here gonna cease.
Yeah.
All right? Huh?
This is the last verse.
Okay.
Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved.
So, being that this destruction is going to take place, and all this is going to happen, how are we supposed to conduct ourselves? Go ahead.
This is, see all these things shall be dissolved. What manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
So we supposed to be in the spirit, not conducting ourselves in the manner of the other people in the world. All right?
That's it.
So our conduct supposed to be contrary to the 2/3 and the heathen nations.
That's it.
Quick precept. This is Revelations. Brother said that 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
So thou shalt, the elect being beamed up into the chariots. Come out of her, my people. Who's going to come out? The elected nation of Israel is going to be beamed up into the chariots. Into the main chariot that the Lord is going to be standing on.
Tell them who the her is too.
Come out of her. That her is Babylon, the great, which is America.
Right? It says, "My people, that ye be not partakers of her sins."
Be not partakers of her sins. Her sins don't reach unto the heavens. The track record, the sin upon sin. All right, so be not partakers in a judgment, that thermonuclear destruction.
Yeah. And that ye receive not of her plagues.
Of plagues, because this place is gonna be destroyed within an hour, right? It's gonna be destroyed within an hour. So those that's not the elect are gonna be destroyed here in America, because that fire gonna reach up to the skies, man. So you gonna have people in their getaway planes being destroyed, man. They're not gonna escape that destruction.
Yeah.
I got something. This is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, "Come up hither." And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud.
Come up hither, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. That's not a cloud, it's a chariot. A chariot, what the world would call a spaceship or a spacecraft. That's the fathership, the main ship the Lord is going to be standing on, you know. So they ascended, it was beamed up.
And their enemies beheld them.
And their enemies, 2/3 of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you know, first and foremost, the so-called white man in these heathen nations. They are enemies. Because they shall be amazed at the strangeness of the elect salvation, Lord willing we the elect.
In the same hour was there a great earthquake.
The same hour was a great earthquake. What caused that earthquake? Those missiles, being 200 million missiles shot overhead. Those warheads. Earth gonna rock to and fro. The Lord is gonna shoot concentrated fire here on America. Concentrated fire is lasers.
And the 10th part of the city fell.
That 10th part of the city. That's talking about all the FEMA regions in America. There's 10. Okay? So all of these FEMA regions, which are mass, and this corporation America, is going to be destroyed. So you're not going to be able to tell the cities or the states. Those borders, those border separated states, everything gonna be turned into a desert.
And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000.
So 7 is completion. So a large amount of people gonna be destroyed here in America.
Yeah, 2/3 you niggas, all right. You fucking you Latinos. All right, you North American Indians, you guys are Israelites, man. 2/3 of you guys is going to take part in that judgment, because you don't want to get right with the Lord. You know, we got to put that out there too for you fucking niggas, man.
It says, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High of heaven.
The remnant was affrighted. The elect going to scarcely be saved. So it's like, you know, like somebody almost get hit by a car, you're like, oh. You know what I mean? And the elect going to get on their knees, worship the Lord, man. And also the elect is going to see, because the chariot's going to be above the sea of glass, the ozone. The chariot's going to be above the sea of glass, looking at the destruction. So basically the elect going to make it on the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, that's why I said, the make the duty of man is to fear the Lord and keep His commandments.
Yeah.
Out of fear.
Yeah, because even when you escape a death trap, you still have that fear. Like, yo, that could have been me, and like, you know.
And that's why you're supposed to fear the Lord. I just saw, this dude, I believe it was like Chinese or Japanese, they were singing and dancing. And it was dances, roast star, and the fucking TV fell on the dances. Like, it was just the Lord had used precision to just get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a power of fear, man. You know. Hey,
you see.
It says the second woe is past, and behold, third woe coming quick.
What is the woe? Death and destruction. World War I, World War II. And the third one is going to come swiftly. All right? We could say that we in the midst of that. All right?
You can say we in it.
We in it because they're not going to outright come out and say, yo, we in World War III.
Yeah.
You know, because they got an order to their chaos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A method to their madness.
Yep.
You get me?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You're almost in a recession too.
Yeah, yep. A lot of these nations are starting to make treaties with one another. You know, like how you got Russia and China, Iran, South Africa, North Korea, and they all joined that BRICS organization, and that's to combat NATO. You know, it's at the point where Russia and China don't even need America and their power or their money or any resources from them, and that's gonna escalate into that World War III because, in other words, they try to tell America, listen, there's a new big dog, you know. This world is big enough for both of us. In other words, America's rulership is on the way out.
Good.
You know.
Yep.
Isaiah, that's it, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Isaiah 66 verse 15. For behold, the day of the Lord, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
So the Lord's coming with fire. All right, with fire. His spirit gonna be on them thermonuclear missiles, some intercontinental ballistic missiles. The Lord's spirit are gonna be on them, guiding them, right?
Yep.
And he's coming with his chariots. What are the chariots? The chariots, what the world call them UFOs, them spaceships, some crafts. And the angels are gonna be in the crafts. And the Lord gonna be on the main one.
It says, for behold, the Lord come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
Like a whirlwind. A whirlwind is destructive. A storm is destructive. A tornado is destructive. It basically it destroys what's in its path.
To render, it says, to render his anger.
To render his anger. All right. So that's how you're gonna the Lord is gonna plead with all flesh with fire.
That's the lasers.
Says
Blazes.
with fury and his rebuke with the flames of fire.
With the flames of fire, concentrated fire, and the thermonuclear fire.
Mm-hmm.
For by his sword, the Lord will plead.
By his sword, his weapon, the Lord is gonna plead.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain of the Lord shall be many.
Huh.
Shall be many. So that many is large amount of the world's population, and definitely America wiped off the map.
Yeah, you can get with that, like the Apostle Cabal would say. You can get hit with that wacko Zacko. You know what I'm saying? That big wacko Zacko. Like we watched when we watched War of the Worlds, Tom Cruise. You had them chariots come up from underground, and they started zapping everybody, and they'll turn to dust.
Mm-hmm.
That's the power. They basically got that from the scriptures. You know?
You heard the ram's horn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Right. You hear the horn, and that represents what? The seventh trumpet, or the seventh horn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, meaning what? Hey, it's about to go down, man.
Yeah.
And that's the time that the elect is preparing for, because we all want to be low will we be part of that number. You want me to live it in those troubles, man.
Yeah.
Ultimately being destroyed by those thermonuclear missiles, even those chariots, man. A lot of our people are gonna get caught up, gonna get zapped, turned to soap by way of those chariots.
Yeah.
You know, so the destruction is going to be numerous ways to be destroyed in those days, man. So you're going to need deliverance.
Yeah, because that fire is cutting through everything, and to every down past the molecular structure
Yep.
to the spirit.
Yep.
We are spirits. The elements have spirit on them.
Yep.
Right? Everything has a spirit on them, down to the spirit of everything. So that's how fierce that destruction gonna be, man.
And the Lord said, don't fear man that can destroy only the flesh, but fear the Lord that can destroy body and spirit and health.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's how like deadly it's gonna be.
Yeah. I got something for you. Zechariah 14:12. and this it shall be the plague.
Now, so like
Yeah.
the spirit is not gonna like be destroyed, but you get what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
like all the way down to that destruction, that fire. I had to like clarify like spirits are gonna always like be here, but I mean, so you're gonna feel that heat.
Yep.
That's what I have to,
Yep.
prepare so slot.
Nah, you're right, brother, you're right. It says, Zechariah 14:12, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people.
So this is gonna be the plague. So the ultimate plague is that thermonuclear destruction. You got it.
It says all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
The people that fought against Jerusalem, all the people, the heathen nations, 2/3 of our people that fought against Jerusalem.
Their flesh shall consume away. It says their flesh shall consume away.
While they stand upon their feet,
Right.
their flesh shall consume away. So instantly being cooked with thermonuclear destruction, turned into powder or sand. Instantly turned into a pillar of salt, man. Like if you ever know someone that get cremated, it's like a little pile, like a little of this is like a pile. But imagine that the appearance of that person just burning, instantly cooked into this dust. It said their flesh shall consume.
Are the Lord gonna keep his spirit in your body? I know how the Lord is.
Yeah. So I said the appearance, like just the flesh like this, but the spirit also that's in the flesh.
You little feel that shit, man.
Huh.
Yeah, this gospel's real. This gospel's a prophet. He will tell the truth all the time.
It makes sense because I just keep talking. It makes sense because when Hiroshima and Nagasaki, like you just mentioned, the shadows, it was so hot. The heat hit the shadows. That energy, because the shadow has an energy too. So that's how intense. So imagine this thermonuclear destruction with the Lord's spirit on it. You get me? So
And that's how you know all that technology, all that power was given to them from the Most High. They didn't just come up with that energy, man-made. We did this. Nah, that was the Lord that gave you that power for this moment. This moment you come into now. That's why I should say the wicked were created for the day of destruction.
yeah.
I'm reading on. It says, the flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
The flesh shall consume where they stand upon their feet. So like that's how intense and quick that heat is. And also their eyes, it said their eyes shall consume away. Their visions of tomorrow, right? Their visions of the future, instantly removed. And then their physical eyes also, because of the heat, the intense heat.
It says, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
All their philosophies, their bold speaks, all right? All their legislation, all of that wickedness that they bring forth from their mouth, and also their physical tongue gonna be burned out, man. That pride, that boastfulness gonna cease, and also their physical tongue's gonna burn out.
Yeah, or your philosophies.
Yeah.
Or on the Esau's philosophies, or whatever the hell you're talking about, man. It's all wickedness.
You're a master builder. You construct your own reality.
Yeah.
Your future's what you determine it to be.
Yeah.
All of that talk.
You got the Caesar Borgias,
Yeah.
Christianity. All that's going to be going away in this nuclear blast. It's going to be a cleanse. All right?
Yeah.
A spiritual cleanse upon the earth.
That's it.
Yeah, I was doing that.
That's all. I got a piece of people. Revelation chapter 14, verse 10. And this is the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of the Most High.
Wine of the wrath of the Most High. So that the most potent of that wine, that destruction.
Which is poured out without mixture.
Without mixture. So the full intensity of this destruction. So-called white man, these heathen nations, and 2/3 of our people are going to fill
into the cup of his indignation.
Indignation. Righteous anger.
And they shall be tormented with fire.
Tormented. When you torment someone, you torture them.
With fire and with brimstone.
With fire. It's not no. This fire is an ultimate fire, thermonuclear fire, concentrated fire from the Lord out of them chariots.
And brimstone.
Because brimstone, it looks orangish, orange reddish when it's burned, when it burns, right? What is mainly is sulfur, like when it burns.
Oh.
So that's the color. You see them missiles come falling out of the sky. When they're in the sky, they're gonna glitter and sword, the spear or whatever. That's how it's gonna look like, that color coming out of the atmosphere.
Falling stars.
Yeah, kind of.
In the presence of the holy angel.
In the presence of the angels, because the angels are gonna be here.
And in the presence of the Lamb.
The Lamb, who's a Lamb, that's Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ.
And the smoke of their torments are setting up forever.
Smoke of the torment is setting up forever. Now this is not eternity. This is meaning a long time. Like a long time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it means. So, cause when the 9/11 thing happened, that smoke didn't clear up quick, instantly. So the whole landmass of America burned beyond the foundation. That smoke gonna be cleansing the air, man. The waters, all that gonna get cleansed. It's gonna take a little time.
Oh.
Some brothers call it a nuclear winter, but the Lord gonna clear all of that out after a while. But it's a long time. Like you might be waiting for a bus. And you say, yo, this bus taking forever. You know what I mean? It's not literally saying like forever. It's a long period of time.
Yeah. But it's not gonna be inhabited after that.
Oh hell no.
It's gonna be a desert place for desert creatures.
This is right here. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast or his image.
They had no rest day or night. So long destruction for the people who worship the beast in his image, his way of life, and getting that that mark, which is another form of servitude. Is another form of like a digital plantation, man. Another form of slavery, branded.
It says, and who will see the mark of his name?
The mark of his name, man. And that mark, that thing, it has to process data. The people who gets that, they do the transactions, that tracking device. It's all a digital device that has to be programmed and process data, which is that 666, 666. Because if they plan, they coded it for pretty much every human being. Every human being gonna get it, but every human being, it's coded for. All right, this person's history. Know all this person's history. To do that transaction, to take this much of digits from this person. That all has to be programmed and has to work quick.
Right. So
it has to have a numerical value in a system, a digital coding to go through. 666.
That's the
common sense,
If I add on, because this is it's a whole other topic, but that mark goes back into Revelation 13, When you go into the Greek, the word there is charagma, which means to cut or to insert, and that it lines up perfectly with the technology today.
Yeah.
That's why scriptures say to be circumspect. All right, and when you see, what scriptures also say, when you see part of the signs pass, then know what time you're in. I'm not saying it verbatim, but one sign we know is that mark, and when you go into that that chip, you know, it's going straight in. It's going straight into the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
You know, and the beast being Babylon.
Yeah.
The modern day Babylon, America, or you could say, which is Rome all over again.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's like in the charagma cut in.
Yeah.
Because if you get a glass cut or whatever, that's called like a rough cut, edge cut. But a clean cut is when a needle goes into your dermis of your skin or through the muscle.
So you don't bleed.
It's called a clean cut because
You don't bleed.
how that syringe is, what they call a hole, a bevel or something. I forgot it's been a while, but it's called a bevel or something, the opening of the needle. But it's going into the flesh.
Like
The syringe, yeah, and they label certain parts of the syringe. Like the bevel, I think is a hole for the opening, but it's called a clean cut. How it's going in. It's called a clean cut. So it all lines up.
That's it.
That charagma.
Hey, take it away. Take it away.
All right, kind. So you know, with that, we hope brothers are edified. We like to say, give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Hashem, Josh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, and honors to Akim pushing his truth out and sincerity is throughout the earth. All right, shalom.
Shalom.